guys, welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about writing good characters. And I feel like this is really important because a lot of people don't write good characters. And to be honest, I'm gonna get it right out the way. Stop writing characters to fill an agenda. And you're probably like, what? Diversity is really good, and don't get me wrong, I think diversity in writing and fiction and everything is good, but if you're gonna write them for like a pat on the back or like more virtue points or something, you're not writing them well. And that's why people are like, this is being shoved down my throat, like get it out my face, because those characters aren't good and they come across as fake, annoying, and whatever. So, if you're gonna write a diverse character, think of them as a full person first, with strengths, weaknesses, goals, obstacles, like the basic story structure points or whatever. Don't just write them in like you're marking a checklist, because when you mark a checklist, the audience can tell. They can tell when a character is just there to please a demographic. It's so annoying. It's so fake, to be honest. It's not real. And there's so many good, like, diverse characters that are written. So, yeah. And you're probably like, but how can you write more diversity if you don't write diverse characters? Because they come across as like annoying or whatever, or fake. Well, write them as a person. Everything, race, gender, sexuality, disability, whatever, those should be secondary traits when you're writing a character, to be honest. So, and what that means is, if you write a good character, it shouldn't matter what any of those descriptions are. It shouldn't matter. The reader should be invested in this character, and none of those things should affect the story. Unless you're writing like historically and it matters, then do research, talk to people of the demographic, get some knowledge, so you can write like historically accurate, I guess. But if you're just writing fiction, like some fantasy or sci-fi or murder mystery or like some family stuff or whatever, then it should be secondary, and I don't think those descriptions really matter. And I know some people, because I had a friend who was like, I don't think I can write a black person because I'm not black, or I can't write a woman because I'm not a woman, or all those excuses. And to that I say, I get you. Like, if you don't feel comfortable, then you can't expect people to like do that. But then at the same time, you shouldn't be thinking of them as just being black or being a woman or being gay, because there's more to a person than just those attributes. Think of them as a person. Like, if you're gonna write a story about like someone getting robbed or whatever, I don't know, the main character can be any of those descriptions without like their race, gender, sexuality like going into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Well, I know what I'm saying, but like, if it's not like historical, then I don't think it matters. You just need to write a good character, and in order to write a good character, you need to know who they are. Cause like, if you don't know who they are, then it doesn't really matter. Like, this character is gonna suck either way, whether they're white, straight, man, black, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you don't know your character, they're gonna suck. They're gonna be boring. Nobody's gonna want to read them. Nobody's gonna want to watch them, do anything. Like, people are gonna stop paying attention because they don't care about this character. You want your readers to be invested. You want your audience to be invested all the time. If they're not invested, then whatever. You don't have a good character. Or some people just aren't into the story or whatever, and that's fine. But if you want to do a good character, a strong character, you need to think about who they are as a person, then fill in those attributes. I mean, it's good to have a basis of them, but race, sexuality, those are all like secondary traits that don't really, they shouldn't really, like, unless it's historical, it shouldn't, or like a coming out story or like whatever, it shouldn't affect the story. It shouldn't be like in your face or like, you know, like out there. It should just be a person that has to deal with an issue. Like a murder mystery. Literally anybody could be the lead character. It could be a guy, a girl. If it's like a fantasy or sci-fi, it could be whoever. Those second attributes shouldn't matter. You know, just write a character. Write a good character first, and then fill in the blanks. And in order to write a good character, you know, they need a flaw. And I don't mean like a physical flaw, like they're burned, they have like a mole on their face or something. No, I mean they could have those too if you want to make them like visually distinct in the person's mind or like on the screen, then go ahead, do it. But as a flaw, I mean a character trait. A character trait that hinders them in some way. And, you know, everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and it should be the same for your characters in your writing. They need to have something that hinders them. So, like, let's say your character's lazy. Show them being lazy. And I mean show, like, don't tell us he's lazy. Like, that's lazy writing, first of all. If you're gonna show, this is like show, don't tell. If you're gonna show that your character's lazy or like whatever characteristic you want to do it, introduce your character being lazy. Like, maybe they're sitting in their bed, their room's a mess. Maybe someone walks in and they're like, can you take the trash out? And they're like, I'll do it later. And then they forget, and it's like an hour later or something. They're still like in bed doing nothing. That's how you do it, instead of saying like, this person's lazy. And then write about a character, you know, who has to overcome his laziness or whatever. Like, I don't know. Well, yeah, you know. Make sure they have a goal. Like, they have to want something. You need to get the story going. But you need to introduce this character. You need to establish them. You need to establish their flaw. Then you need to establish a goal. And then the conflict gets in the way of the goal. And vice versa. I mean, well, you know. So, and if you want to write a better character, because I was just going on a rant about everything, you know, like, do like a Q&A or something, like, ask questions. I mean, like, take like a paper and start jotting things down about them, like, everything, even if it doesn't matter, like, what's their favorite color, their favorite food, where were they born, who are their parents, what do their parents think, like, politically, religiously, all that stuff, like, where do they live, what do they like to do in their free time, did I say what's their favorite food or something, you know, jot down, like, every little thing about this person, because your character should be a person, and that's who we get attached to. All these characters that make you laugh, cry, you're like on the edge of your seat because you want them to do good, or you like want the person to fail or something, those are well-written characters that have already established a goal, weakness, and obstacles, and you're rooting for them, you're rooting against them. Like, those are strong characters. If you don't care about the person or like what happens, they're not good. So like, you know, just fill in little things. Oh my god, rest in peace, Telltale, but I met like the vice president or president of Telltale Games. She came to my school one time. She actually came to my school a week before Telltale, like, disbanded. And I was like, what the heck? Are you serious? Like, how come they were like recruiting for interns? And then, like, a week later, Telltale was no more. And I was like, this was too good to be true. But I met her, and she was talking about how she writes characters and how vice president, let's see. She was really nice. But she told us about how she writes her characters, and what she does is she like when she's in the car or going shopping, she would ask the character, she would imagine them like sitting next to her, whatever, and she'd be like, should I get this or this? And then the character would be like, don't get that because too many carbs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, Leah Hoyer. Yeah. I remember. Well, I didn't remember her name, but I remember, like, meeting her. Yeah, she does, like, the writing. And she was like, you know, treat your characters like real people, like anyone else. So, do that. Write a good character. Know them like the back of your hand, and then fill in the attributes. Write their strength, their weakness, and yeah, their motivations, aspirations. So, yeah. Oh my god, this is going on so long. Okay. This is 14 minutes. People are just listening to me rant. What the friggity frig? So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Maybe I could have planned this out better, because, like I said in my other video, I just wing stuff, like, I just say stuff. I kind of just go with the flow, and today I felt like making writing a character advice video. Because I feel like people need to learn to write better characters. You know, I mean, it's hard, but you can do it the right way. You know, it takes some time, but so, write diverse characters. But treat them like real people instead of marking off a checklist. Because the audience is going to be able to tell, and they're going to be mad, they're going to be whatever, they're going to say what they want. And, you know, people are always gonna say that, but whatever. You can still write a good character. And not worry, because you're always gonna have people that complain, but let them complain. Miserable people are miserable. Good characters are good characters. I said that like, I don't know. Good characters are gonna be good characters no matter what anyone says, whether they support or hate them. So, take my advice. Check out my other videos. I'm doing a series where I'm reacting to a horrible middle school story I wrote in middle school. I just said that with a friend. So check it out. It's kind of funny, I guess. It's so lame, it's so trashy, but maybe you'll laugh or something. I don't know. Those characters suck though, just saying. Because I had no idea how to write a good character. But yeah, so like and subscribe. This is Bellatrixie. If you're new to the channel, Bellatrixie's always with me, unless she's not. If she's not, then she's dead or something. But she's here. She's always keeping me company. So, bye. See ya. I'm gonna do like another series. I'll do like a writing series, like writing advice, where I'll talk about more things, like, I mean, today was about characters, but it was kind of like, whatever. Maybe story structure, conflict, if you guys want to see more writing advice videos. But I'm also going to be doing other things like long Furby reviews. I have another long Furby on the way. And like, what else? Maybe movie reviews, TV show reviews, some gameplay stuff. My channel's all over the place right now, but whatever. I have a lot of interests besides writing, so expect a lot if you're into those. Then, whatever. Bye.